Hey guys, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated every time I make a new video. Thanks, let's begin. Oh yes, this will be sick. I want to play a game. Saw 6. This is the 2009 direct sequel to Saw 5. The plot! Well, Jigsaw is now targeting health manufacturers or health insurance companies, and one guy has been screwing a lot of people over through loopholes, which is a wonder how he's still even in business, but regardless, now he's in a trap and trying to decide who of his co-workers should survive. I freaking love this idea. While flawed, given the way it's handled, having insurance companies and healthcare companies being the villains in this movie is not only perfect for this franchise and its progression, but for the time this movie was made in. It was a hot topic in 2009. Hell, the H1N1 influenza virus was still a possibility for some time. Sure, doesn't beat Corona, my first Corona joke on this channel, on a Saw 6 review. Dang, that took a while. But it still had its problems, H1N1 that is, and with that, health insurances were a bit... what should we do? This movie was awesome in my opinion. We had tons of great, tense build-up that led to awesome payoffs. Shocking, even. The characters are strong here. The main trap is actually important and it doesn't feel like an afterthought, like in Saw 5. The cinematography and the lighting is spot on. Gore and traps are insane, the music is intense as always, and this movie just rocks. Jigsaw, John Kramer, played yet again by Tobin Bell, is putting his all into this role and this movie. He has a lot more to do with the current trap than the previous ones, a la flashbacks and old recordings. Hoffman, played by Costas Mandylor from Dino Croc, is a supervillain by this point. He's going to be racking up even more bodies as the next installment comes into play, but dude has the upper hand. Jill Tuck, played by Betsy Russell, has a major reveal that was a surprise to me when I first saw it, that is. If I watched it now, I'd probably be like, I expected that. William, played by Peter Outerbridge, is a solid character who has a lot to learn from his mistakes and suffer great loss. He has to pick out who survives and who dies, and it gets pretty intense. Carousel of Carnage. Erickson, played by Mark Rolston, does have a lot more to do here, which is awesome. He was just kind of a background character before, the guy who was telling everyone where to go and what to do. Agent Perez, played by Athena Karkanis, comes back in a smart and logical way. She is intimidating to Hoffman. She's on to him. She doesn't have much screen time, but when she's there, she delivers.
I mean, all the facts are there. Something doesn't sit right.
Amanda, played by Shawnee Smith, makes a comeback that is and isn't warranted. She has the scene where she was talking with Hoffman. He blackmails her. That's why she goes to tell the little girl, don't trust the one who saves you or whatever. Pamela, played by Samantha Lamole, is a reporter who gets caught up in all of this. She also gets her facts skewed to serve her story. And one of the victims, Simone, played by Tundra Howard, has a realistic reaction to the trap she was in. Not only during, but after.
He wanted us to learn.
And did you?
Look at me.
There are so many great twists that have solid build-up in this movie that it actually works. This film also looks very professional. There are not many odd cuts and camera tricks, which makes it feel like an actual movie and not a music video. Kevin Greutert, who also directed Saw the Final Chapter, which is the next installment, Jezebel and Jackals, which is actually a pretty good home invasion satanic cult-worshipping movie, was a solid choice to direct this movie. He was the editor on Saw 1 to 5 and Jigsaw. I like his atmospheric sequences, everything from the rain hitting the window in William's office to the orange-tinted boiler room maze. The gore, the effects now. This isn't the goriest Saw movie, but it does have quite a bit of creative ingenuity when it comes to the traps. Like I said it before, the Carousel of Carnage, which is basically a carousel executioner style.
Look at me! When you're killing me, you look at me!
A pipe of sorts is jammed into one's brain. A savage flesh sequence, it's in the opening scene. And damn does that woman give a good performance. I mentioned her before, I'm mentioning her now. There's a brutal barbed wire hanging. A body is melted in half, and we are so close to getting that reverse bear trap kill. Maybe next time. All the gore is practical here, which is a nice improvement over the last 2 or 3 films. I don't know what the hell he was thinking about with Saw: The Final Chapter. I mean, I guess it had to be for a 3D gimmick. But he went CG for a lot of that gore in the next movie, but we'll get into that next. The motion picture soundtrack, Charlie Clouser does it again, with some awesome industrial music. I love the songs like Flesh, Doctor Team, Breathe Room, Carousel, which is probably my favorite, and others. Overall, this is one hell of a Saw movie. The ending always gets me. There's also another scene that gets me when they're trying to intimidate Hoffman, and it's like, you're biting your nails, you're like, oh shit, something big is gonna happen. This is easily up there with my top 3 of the franchise. It's riveting, intense, and horrific. You want justice, but you do feel bad for those around William, who's the guy in the main trap. It makes you wonder if they actually deserved to die or not. Is this more of a Hoffman game or Jigsaw's? Check this one out, but you will have to watch the first 5, which include 4 and 5, but it'll be worth it just to get to this one. The ending will leave you and Hoffman speechless. Overall, I give Saw 6 a 3.5 out of 5. Lion Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page and support me on Patreon. Even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you get access to body counts and other music videos that you cannot get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Also, for monetary support, you can always send money to horrorshow37@gmail.com through PayPal. Even $1 would be great. I'd appreciate it. It could be better for you than Patreon, because Patreon is a monthly fee. If you don't want to give me any money, then just hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video, and as always, subscribe.